I'm back. So it has been a long while since I did one of these videos. I think the last time I did one, it was the series finale where I left the room. And I'm in a new room now, so I moved house. And I'll be honest, I could have done one of these a little earlier, but like I just wasn't feeling it. I was feeling kind of down. The summer blues, they're a real thing. But guess what? I'm back. And you know what broke the summer blues were new Sonic product. And not just that, but weird, obscure, deep cut shit from SEGA and Jakks Pacific. They did not sponsor this video. They don't give me nothing. I had to buy this with my own money. So yeah, we're going to be taking a look at two toys that are from Sonic Mania Plus. And dare I show this? Do I get the thumbs down? Sonic 4 Episode 2. And let's see, what are the... Okay. There's Sonic 4 fans here. Yeah, but you know, there's toys. Sonic 4 Episode 2 toys in stores now. Go to Target. You will see Sonic the Hedgehog 4 merchandise on the shelves. Where's the Sonic Frontiers merchandise? I don't know. It doesn't exist. But Sonic 4 is where it's at. This is the Sonic 4 Revolution. And I should show this off. So this is a custom case that I made years ago. I made one for Sonic 4 Episode 1 as well. And on the inside, you'd think, oh, Barry, there's no physical copies of Sonic 4. There are. Look at these. There's Starbucks app cards. So back in the day, kids, you could walk into a Starbucks and they had these sitting at the counter and they were free downloads for games. And I remember there was one for that Rayman Endless Runner game, and then there was this one. And this, to my knowledge, is the only like physical version of Sonic 4 anything, right? Because there's a code, and these codes are expired. So if you guys want to try it, good luck, but it's not going to get you anywhere. But yeah, so I made these. I posted them online. A lot of people clowned on me, made fun of me, but who's laughing now? Aaron Weber liked it, though, so, you know, who is laughing now? You got Aaron Weber's approval. You know, you can go to the grave a happy man, but I'm not dying today because I want to look at some toys. So without further ado, let's first take a look at this one. So this is a play set from Jakks Pacific. It's for their 2.5-inch line, which has really become the classic line. Because even though there are modern figures in the Jakks Pacific 2.5-inch line, by that they're like that big, and they're in these little bubble cards for $5 each. They put almost all of the classic Sonic stuff in this line now, and they really kind of stopped making large 4-inch classic Sonic toys. I keep looking over here because there's a whole cabinet full of them, and just from looking at it, you get in the 4-inch line you get Sonic, Mighty, Ray, Eggman, Mecha Sonic, not Metal Sonic, and an Egg Robo. So I think that's about all they've done in the 4-inch line. But in the 2.5-inch, they've done almost every character. They're doing Badniks. They have play sets. And so there has been other play sets. There was one for Studiopolis Zone, and I'm going to call it that, much to T. Lope's chagrin. He corrected me in an interview, and I'll never forget it. I'm going to call it Studiopolis. He goes, Studiopolis, whatever. The other one is, I believe, Flying Battery Zone, and then this one. And this one is unique because you'd think, oh, Barry, that's a Sonic CD playset. But look at this guy. Look, this guy right there. So that guy, and let's bring up the screen here. This guy's name is Beanstalk. I would have called him Jack, but Beanstalk is cool too. And Beanstalk is an enemy from Sonic Mania and Sonic Mania Plus. Let's see if we can learn anything about him here. There he is. So it's a giant vine-like flower. Question is, did Robotnik make this, or is it like a real plant? I don't know. We need Ian Flynn to expand on that. But in any case, man, the thumbs downs for Sonic 4. Come on, guys, thumbs up. I know they're hidden, but I can see them. So yeah, so this is a Sonic Mania toy, and let's crack this open. So here's what it looks like, and I mean, these are all kind of the same, just a big old box. I actually threw away all my boxes when I moved. I kind of regret it, but I couldn't hold on to all these. I flattened them and they still take up a lot of space. But you get this beautiful instruction card in here. And then what I really like, and you can see the pieces here, I mean, they're just like plastic colored pieces, but they put these stickers on there and it retains the pixel art, and it's actually like super detailed. You can see it there. So, you know, let's see how much fun we can have here. I'm sitting here with a pair of scissors. Would it have been smart to open these and like have them all set up for you guys ahead of time? Sure, but you know, what do I care? But once I get this little bag out here, we'll take a look at what's inside and maybe we'll assemble it. So yeah, in this bag you get a variation of Sonic. They've been making a lot of new classic Sonics. This one's not new though. I think this one was in the Eggmobile playset. It's like Pissed Off Sonic. Look at that. Maybe is that Buttface Sonic? And then inside you get all these little goodies. So you get, look at this guy. And what I really dig about this is like Sonic Mania was from this team of fans turned developers who were creating these wild little pixel graphics, and I wonder if any of them ever suspected that some guy in China would be assembling them for them. That's kind of fun. So there's that, and then there's a bag of accessories here. One that I think is really odd, it's the little pots. You see that there? It's the little pots that sit in the background. I don't even think you can like touch them. You can't like interact with them. They just sit there as set decoration. But yeah, someone went to the effort of making the little pots. I don't know who puts I don't know, maybe they're flower pots actually. They're flower pots, let's say. You also always get rings with these little sets. I have so many rings that I started just like throwing them in a cup. And then finally you get this little platform that swings. And then lastly, you get all the parts to the set. So these are actually pretty easy to set up. I say that. But you get these two base plates that lock together. And then they've got these little inclines, which I think have been used in just about all of them. But, you know, nice, cute little stickers there. And then the last bit is this, which is another platform. And so what you do is you assemble the base, you put the pieces on it. So I'll do that real quick here. I don't think I'm going to get all the figures and everything popped in, but you never know. This is very nice too. Look at that. It's like a column. And imagine these as like pixel graphics in Sonic Mania, and they went to the effort of like the little vine is twisting around. It's one single vine. It goes this way, then twists back and goes up. Those columns are nice. And yeah, actually one of my first jobs working, because I'm a graphic designer, was making the favicon for like a bank or something. You know, favicons are those little icons in your web browser when you visited a web page, and they wanted one, so I actually looked to Sonic 3 and how they drew columns, and I drew my own little pixel column for the favicon, and it was there for like a decade, and then they replaced it. And it always bothered me that they got rid of my cool little column. I loved my column. But yeah, there you go. So you snap this into place. There it is. And then you get your incline. I guess you can put it either way, which is nice. See, they put artwork on all sides. I don't think they've done that before. And these pop in, but they're not permanent. I think you can, yeah, you can take them off again if you want to change your scene up. And then this little bit goes in here. There we go. And then, what's this bit? Oh, and then we got this, which I think goes like that. Actually, yeah, you can flip it either way. And that pops in there. And then you have your column, which goes in the back. And that also snaps into place. And then we got Beanstalk, which sits there, and he can like eat. Does he eat Sonic? I always loved toys that could eat other toys. Oh, he doesn't fit in there. But yeah, there you go. And then you got this little pot which you can stick on one of the pegs here. Actually, I hope I didn't just snap the peg off. But yeah, there you go. And then there's your play set. And then the rings stick into there. And this, I think, was $20, $19.99. Great. I think the prices on these are awesome. You look at those statues that they sell online. There's a Sonic Adventure 2 one right now that's $350. But look, I got this at Target for $20, and it's just like, you know, it's fun. And you can, and what's fun about these is you can put them on the shelf, and then you can collect the little 2.5 ones, and it's the perfect display base for all the figures. I have 1, 2, 3. Do I have 3? No, I have 3. And I just kind of populate them with the figures and put them on my shelves. So this one is probably the best one they've done yet. I love all the little details. It's just so cool. And they clearly are sticking to the classics with these. They tried a modern Green Hill Zone, which is cool, but I just think these look so much more fun. So should I rate this? Out of 10, I would give this one a 9. Because you can't fit Sonic into the Beanstalk's mouth. But I do like, look at that. Isn't that great? I love it. So now what we've all come here for, this is the big one, the Big Kahuna. Look how big this box is. This is the Death Egg. And you might be saying, oh cool, I love Sonic Generations. I love Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like games that it appeared in. But it's modern, so that's why I say it's Sonic Generations. No. This is the final boss in Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 2. This is the Egg Heart. And I don't want to brag, but I like to. And I am probably one of the first public people that SEGA told this was the Egg Heart to, because back in the day we had a very close relationship with the SEGA social media team. And when Sonic 4 stuff started, releasing, we saw screens, I was like, what's this? What's that? I was like a 2-year-old. If you've ever seen a 2-year-old or you have one, they always go, what's this? What's this? What's that? And I was emailing them saying, what's Metal Sonic's ship's name? What's the name of the end boss? Because, I like to know those things, And they were like, and I said, is Metal Sonic's ship called the Metal Carrier? And they went, yeah. And then a decade later, someone updated the wiki to say it's the Metal Carrier. But yeah, I asked what this thing was, and they said it was the Egg Heart. Look at, oh my god, look, I can cosplay. Oh my god. You know what I might do? I might reboot this whole video thing, and then just be one of those like doomsayers, naysayers who go on and they're like, hey guys, like I'm anonymous, and I'm like, Sega's gonna be selling to Microsoft soon. Better watch out. So that's fucking huge. Wow. And there is a Eggman robot in the classic style, and there's also I point, like you can see, and then up there I have the play set from Sonic 2, the movie. But man, this thing is epic. Look at that. And then here's a piece of, this is Eggman's heart. What's the heart of that? Heart of the Death Egg. They got the other part of the heart here. This thing's insane. Wow. I might save the assembling of this for a whole different video, but it's just massive. You got all the parts, all the pieces, all the sides. It's insane. Let's see if we can put this part together. So, this thing is so big. Don't use that audio out of context, please. Oh, wow. Oh man, look at that. Attention, internet. That's awesome. So, that's the outside. And they even taped up his mustache. It's insane. This thing's so big. Look at that. I mean, this alone, like, you can stop there and just kind of mount this to your wall. And then, you know, Moon in my room, this would be Death Egg on my... I don't know. What room starts with E? I don't think any room starts with E. Then we have, there's like a new Sonic. And this is actually one that's coming out soon in the, like, box $4.99 figure line. And it is a running Sonic. So I'm actually kind of hyped. I'm not that hyped, but I'm kind of pumped that he's in this, because then I don't have to, like, buy that one. But see, he's doing the ee. And it's not too animated. His legs are actually static. So it's just him stuck in that running pose. And then you get the big man himself. Oh, this is really cool. So it's Dr. Eggman, modern Eggman, inside his Egg-O-Matic, which they've made for classic. They've never made for modern, but he's much smaller here. If you have seen the classic Egg-O-Matic or Eggmobile set, it's much bigger. And then he comes with a piece of plastic. Then there's like these little clips. I think these are what you affix Sonic to. There's a couple of those. And then lastly, oh, it's like the two spinning orbs, or the two pieces that go inside one another. So that's kind of interesting. And then you get this, which I think, there's so much plastic. Oh my god, we're killing the environment by making Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2 toys. Oh my god. Alright, that's that. So, in all, you get a lot of... It's like a whole science experiment in here. Look at that. So you got him, and then you got these, like, doodads. And then the instructions here are quite detailed. So they have you doing this whole... Like, forget Sonic the Hedgehog Lego. This thing's insane. And so Sonic actually will attack Eggman, and then he will blow up. So let's see if we can't just... I mean, what's the point in turning this off and not building it, right? So you take these two parts, you put them together. I mean, is this interesting? I don't know. Do I care? I don't think so. I don't monetize my videos. Are they my videos? Are they YouTube's videos? Who owns YouTube? Google, right? Yeah. There we go. So you can, like, you could cosplay your, like, laser mouth or something. It's kind of cool. Yeah, and then you take this and you put it onto this stand. And then it pops in. Kind of pops into place. I don't know. Kind of wacky. Oh, it goes into the Death Egg. So this goes in there. So I should rip the top off of this first. I just was so excited to build the Death Egg. So that goes in there. And then the top goes in there. Look at that. And then the bottom part goes into there. So this thing is, yeah, it's pretty wild. And they claim things snap into place. Oh, I see. So then these little bits... So these are like tracks. So what you can do actually, these are like race tracks on the inside, and you can put Sonic on them. I guess the only thing I struggle with on this thing is it doesn't snap into place unless I'm not snapping it correctly. It's very interesting. But there's a whole mechanical system here too. Look at that. So that's how you can blow up the Death Egg. So, oh, I got it. All right, it's going to snap in now. There we go. So this thing, some of these toys they're cool, but they also kind of just like sit together. They don't really snap into place. So for example, this piece, a lot of the pieces just kind of come off. And I think it's because the gimmick of this is that you're blowing up the death egg. Which I guess is cool, but like... And then this part is the one part I haven't really figured out. Oh, I see. So it should click into place. Oh, and they're very sneaky too. There's two parts. So there's that one, and there's this thing. I will say the instructions are not very helpful. And then there's this one, which goes in the bottom. I don't think I can finish this build. I feel like a failure. Let's see. Maybe I'll swap them. There we go. All right. So there's two little plastic bits. One goes in the bottom, one goes in the top. So you can see there, that's your death egg. And then the egg heart goes together. Oh, and this, I think, is actually Sonic. This is Sonic's stand. And you actually put it on here. There you go. So Sonic can run around, and then there's this bottom track which it's supposed to jump to. I don't know if you can see that. So Sonic will jump tracks, and there's like this little rotating bit. You can kind of get a good look. There, see? It's on this track, but then the bottom bit of the track has a rotating, it's like a train. So yeah, I can't see many kids like playing with this and really understanding it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe kids are smarter than I am. But then the last bit that you assemble here is the egg heart. And I will reiterate, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2 Final Boss toy available in 2023 for a game that SEGA, do they want us to forget about? Because they're sure making toys based on it. Oh wow, this is kind of cool. Look at that. So it's like Eggman, it's two halves to the heart. Eggman, this is really cool looking, just like on its own. Look at that. You could do like the Temple of Doom, Kalima, and then you pull this out and you're like, oh, it's just an egg heart. And then what's cool is there's a button down here, and that causes the whole thing to break apart and Eggman flies out. But he's firmly locked in there, and like if you just want to display this little bit, I think that's really cool looking. But what you do then, so you take this, it pops on, and look at that. It's like a selfie stick, but you can just do egg hearts. And it sticks in, I'll pop it in and then I'll show. There we go. There we go. Look at that. So there's Eggman inside his egg heart. And then here's Sonic, and he wears this almost like a ski. And then his foot pops into a hole. And that's the one thing I'm going to have to set this down to figure out. But yeah, this is it's pretty cool so far. If I can get his foot in there, then we'll be all set. All right, there we go. So we are all set up. So as you can see here, Sonic can spin around. The transition between like this little middle one and this is not that great. But Sonic will spin around, and then you have to like lock this. See, and this comes apart. So that's why I'm like, is this really... There's a little bit up here that you need to like pop in. All right, Sonic goes up. Let's see if we can do this. Sonic goes up. Sonic goes around. Does he go down? See, he gets stuck. He gets stuck up there. Oops. Well, I don't think we're going to be seeing him anymore. But lastly, let's explode the egg heart. Ready? Let's get a countdown. Actually, here, we got sound effects. Oh no! So what you're supposed to do, I figured it out now, is you're supposed to put Sonic at the exact bottom. This little bit pops Sonic up, like he does a little hop, and then he is supposed to physically hit the bottom of the egg heart, and then the egg heart explodes. So, if I'm honest, I think it's a really cool idea, but it's very poorly executed. Like, I can't see a kid going to all this trouble to set it up and make sure that Sonic doesn't get stuck on one of the ramps, and that he actually goes down and he sits under Eggman, and then he hits it properly. And like, can I make him jump up and hit it? I don't know. So I'll give them an A for effort, but like a C for execution, because it's not very pretty on the inside. It's kind of a weird method of like toyifying the final boss of Sonic 4 Episode 2. But then my whole opinion changes when I turn around, and it's essentially a globe, a Death Egg globe that you can place in your study. And you don't need to look at this side if you don't want to, even though I think the Egg Heart like toy is super cool looking. So yeah, I would give this one probably an 8 out of 10. I think this is super sweet. I think this is kind of half-baked. They could have put a little more effort into it. But then you think about it, and you're like, man, if they adapted Sonic 4 Episode 2 into a kid's toy, then wouldn't it be kind of imperfect and half-baked? So with that, it's perfect. It's an A. This is an A-plus product because it is perfectly emulating a like C-plus video game. So that just about does it for the product review. I have nothing else planned, so I think I'm going to cut the video short, or I should say long, because it's approaching 30 minutes. But yeah, you can check these out. They're on Target.com, and they're in physical stores. Other places are likely going to be carrying them soon, too. So there's the Death Egg playset, or Juego Death Egg, and then there is this one, which is, of course, Stardust Speedway Zone, but it's the Sonic Mania version. And there's also like Sonic Prime toys in stores right now. You can check those out. That's a bit much for me. Like, there's too many things to collect there. I'm not going to do that. And then there's also something else is out right now. Oh, there's like a play set where it's like end of the stage play set where Sonic has the capsule that you can bust open and save the animals, and I think that's the first time we're getting a Flicky. So that one's going to be out there soon too. So all in all, very cool stuff if you're a fan of classic Sonic or weird stuff like Sonic 4 Episode 2, like I am. And if you guys really want to try the download codes, like, I don't think these work anymore, but here's some of them. I don't think they work. But if you can get them to work, then you're the proud owner of Sonic 4 Episode 2, the App Store pick of the week. So thank you for watching. I'll be doing more of these in the next, maybe in 2 weeks. I'm going to be on vacation, but it's nice to be back. We got some things down below. Save 20% on G Fuel with a code. There's a link, and then there's a Patreon. We're going to be doing Snail Maze and Sega Swirl next week. That'll be dropping publicly this week for Patreon supporters. And then there's an unreleased Sonic Games Sega Talk that we did that you can check out. That one's making numbers. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you like these more loosey-goosey Sega News Bits lives where I take a look at products and stuff and don't just like talk about news of the week. So yeah, see you next time. Goodbye.